Okay, folks, you were wondering why I was showing you this rook, this castle in the last video. Because technically, this is what we're going to do. We're going to be creating this in 3D, okay? So one of the things we'll do is actually sketch out our ideas, all right? You can cross hatch these if you want or not, doesn't matter. The idea is about form and shape, okay? Shape and form. Now, if I just go to my research here, wrong one there, that's that one. Where'd it go? Thought I had it open. Oh, here, sorry. Okay, so we will be creating a rook, maybe a pawn. Those are the extent of what you'll be making, but some of you will have more time. You'll go into a queen, king, and so on. Maybe a knight, and so on. Okay, so basically these are the shapes. So what I'll do is I'll bring one of these images into Sketchbook Pro, and I'll show you what I'll be making. Okay. So the idea is to not just animate or create things. We need to have a vision and direction. So watch what I'll do. I'll just bring this in. Where is it? Pictures, desktop here for a second. Then I'll take this one here. Okay, that's not bad. And I'm going to try to analyze these kind of shapes. And I'll move that over here. Let's return. And I know you may not have this software on your the laptops you're using in grade 9. That's okay. Again, this is just manual drawing. Okay, so this is analog. Lock that in. So I'm looking at this shape right here. We're going to start. Let's change our color to something else. Okay, something like this. So we're going to start with the rook right here, the castle. As you can see, we need to simplify our shapes before we make it more volumetric. So really, if I look at that, I'll just draw a straight line. Here, I have something here on both sides. I'll just kind of bring it down. So again, just remember this could be a body, right? But it's not. Right here. And then we've got a nice long rectangle here that's tapered. Boom. And then there's something else going on, something over here. Okay, and these are the big ideas, the big shapes, these three things. Okay, later on what you can do is in any drawing that you're creating is add the details. So then you can come in here and round it off. And you could say maybe I'll taper it down this way. Okay, you're not going to know these things until you start working in 3D. Okay, so what I'm drawing here, I have a sense of what I want. Okay, as you can see, I'm rounding it here. I'm rounding it so below the horizon, the angles are this way. Above the horizon, the curves are this way. So you go like that. So now you have a nice, you just elevated the picture from this to that, from this, which is very 2D, to 2.5D, which is kind of cool. As soon as you start adding angles, this looks pretty sharp, all right? So it's up to you what this looks like, right? So basically, these are the simple shapes, add detail afterward. So I started with the simple shape, there's that one, okay? And then we went further by going here, and then curving things, okay? I think that's a good exercise. Now let's look at the pawn here, right? Pawn is basically here, we have an oval shape, and you're saying we haven't even warmed up and we haven't created a sphere or a circle per se. But technically you are very close. You actually did these ovals. And if you take a half curve here, called a hemisphere, and another hemisphere here, a curve, this is technically your circle. Okay, so you know the ovals you created earlier to create this. The cylinders, well basically if you continue that as a compass, you have created a beautiful, here you go, beautiful shape of a sphere. Okay, so a circle, I know, circle is this, right? But technically it has a nice shape in here. Look at that. That's a cross section, cut right here. Curve it, make it into a barbecue, whatever you want, a grill. Or you can make it into I can put a circle here, and I can make it into a spaceship, right? Classic. Okay, so it's up to you. So again, I'm digressing, but that is the shape here. We have a nice circle here, right? And then we've got something that sticks out like that. So for you, you'll realize once you're working in 3D, you realize that really what I have here is a cylinder sphere. So I'll write sphere. Yup, easy there. Sphere. Okay. Cylinder. And from cylinders and spheres, you can pretty much create whatever you want. Okay, so I'm going to show you, I'm going to make my way into 3D any moment, that if I taper this out, a cylinder that usually starts like this, I'm going to taper it out, it's going to look like that. Okay, that's very interesting. So these are the kind of concepts that you'll be, I'll just say it'll be making more sense once we connect the dots. By working in 3D. Okay, so this could start with a cylinder that looked like this. I put a cut in the middle, and then I just tapered it out. And I ended up with this kind of shape. You're going, whoa, what does that mean? Well, I'll show you all this momentarily. Okay, so have fun. Like if you want to draw, eventually you're going to animate these shapes. Okay, so the first part of this is to warm up every day with drawings in our animation unit. You can trace over it and say, oh yeah, these are simple shapes. Then you can say, okay, so what's this one here? Let's look at the queen. The queen is the same thing, it has this shape, and another one coming down, that kind of thing, right? And it's not proportional, but technically this could be made from one cylinder. I guarantee you, okay? It's a matter of us just putting cuts, tapering them out, like that, and then tapering it out again. So it's kind of cool. And then this one you extrude up. We'll even learn those terminologies shortly. Okay. So this is the goal. Have fun. Think of drawing these shapes. For example, here you've got the horsey. The horsey is a knight. So what do we have? We have a shape like that. We have a shape like this here. Simple shapes. Okay. And block it up. Then once you're comfortable with this, you're welcome to add more details. Okay, you can start tapering it out and curving. So, but you always start with the simple shapes. This is what I'm trying to show you guys. You don't need to do anything so technical. You don't have to jump into the details. That is the goal. If you guys can think of things in big shapes, okay, then you're on fire. You're happy. You got this going. Okay, I can just do a bunch of things like this here, 1 shape, 2 shape, 3, 4, whatever. I can add detail after the fact. So anything you see, anything you want to draw, think of the big shapes first. Okay, that's the lesson. Enjoy sketching these objects out. Thank you, Balian out.